Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cherry the Geek TV. I'm Joe Vanourney. Today we are joined by Skye Alyssa Friedman. She plays Lilith in a fantastic new film called Lemonade Blessing. It's having its world premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival this Thursday, June 5th, in the U.S. Narrative section. It'll also be playing multiple times throughout the 2 weeks of Tribeca, with a final showing on Sunday, June 15th at 11:15 a.m. Tickets available for that last show at tribecafilm.com. Skye, welcome to Cherry the Geek TV.
Thanks so much for having me.
It's a fantastic film. You're so great in it. Give people a Cliff Notes summary of the film. How do you describe it to people when you're telling them about it, and kind of set up the film, first of all?
Sure. Yeah, it's about this boy with divorced parents who gets put in this very strict Catholic school by his strict mother, and he meets this girl, Lilith, which is who I play, and she also comes from a strict household and is in the strict Catholic school, but she's dealing with this suppression in a very different way. She's completely rebelling, and her and John kind of start this relationship, and in order to further it, she makes him do some sacrilegious, fun things.
So, what qualities does Lilith have that are similar to you? And on the opposite end, how is she different from you? And how fun was that to play these things that are so maybe different from your
Yeah,
personality?
totally. I think what almost everyone can relate to about Lilith is that she has this very tough outer layer and is always trying to present herself in a certain way, but she has this very deep, vulnerable inner life that she doesn't show a lot. And I think that I relate to that a lot. I can definitely be a guarded person, so I really understood where she was coming from there. Um, I love Lilith. I think she's incredibly creative and fiery and bold. She's probably much bolder and more daring than I am. So that's really fun because I love playing characters that have a little mischief up their sleeve. But yeah, I think I do really relate to her inner life, and I think playing the exterior of that was fun because I got to explore maybe a different personality.
I was talking with the writer director Chris Merola yesterday, and he said that he believes his theory: all films have a skin and all films have a soul. And he said the
Mm,
skin of Lemonade Blessing is that they're selling it as a raunchy teen sex comedy, which it
sure.
is.
Yeah, totally.
But the soul of the film is that it's dealing with these deeper issues, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Family trauma, trauma inflicted by religious upbringing. Uh,
Hmm.
and he says that films have to have both of those elements in order to work. And
Hmm.
Lemonade Blessing, I think, is a perfect example of those two elements blending perfectly, right? The
Yeah.
the the crude, raunchy sex comedy part. I think those jokes land better because they're authentic,
Yes.
because they're balanced with that soul of the drama and the trauma. I'd
Yeah,
like
Chris is brilliant.
I'd like you to comment on that and give me your take on those two
Yeah,
things.
I mean, I think exactly Chris is brilliant. I am so grateful to have worked with him. I'd love to keep working with him. So I would agree with that. I think what's so fun about this movie is that it's presenting this very just authentic, grounded story of this teenager. And there's a lot of laughs in it, and they talk like real teenagers, and like how people around me or like when I was growing up talked, which I think is so fun to see on screen. But then you do have this very deep layer to it, and I think that's so cool too because it is so authentic in its story, it's not really hitting one theme or one thing over the head. It's more so just opening this opportunity for discussion and for the audience to reflect and take what they wish from that. I think it's really cool that it's not just like completely condemning religion or completely like embracing religion. It's saying maybe there's a middle ground here because religion can be a great tool for some people, and it can also be a tool that's used to harm and hurt others. So, um, I think it's very effective in the way that both of these things are combining.
When I'm watching this, I grew up Catholic, and watching this film, I pictured my grandma Biga and my great aunt Alice and my great aunt Seal, who went to
Sure.
church every morning,
Yep.
accidentally walking, finding their way into a screening of Lemonade Blessing, and I could just picture their reactions at some of this dialogue, and like.
I know. I know.
I was wondering,
I'm a little
give me your
nervous.
take on that. When you read that script and you see some of these jokes,
Mhm.
Uh, was there a part of you that was like, oh my God?
Yeah, I mean, there's a little part of me that's nervous for like my close friends and family to see it. It's a very vulnerable position that I'm in a lot of the time. But I'm also so proud of this film and of my work in it, and I had so much fun that I'm like super excited for them to see it as well. When I first read it, I really like stuff that's a little provocative and a little challenging, and um, I like things that are kind of pushing the boundary a little bit. So I kind of read it and I was like, this is right up my alley. I'd have so much fun. I need to be a part of this project. I need to be Lilith. I really loved and connected with the script immediately. And yeah, we'll see how the reaction from everyone who knows me goes, but I'm excited.
You work with opposite Jake Ryan. Talk to me about him. What was he like as an acting partner? Uh,
Yeah,
and
Jake's
talk
Jake's
about
the
your
best.
relationship.
Yeah, I love Jake. Jake and I got to hang out a little bit before we even started rehearsing or filming. Chris, like, got us some tickets to go bowling, and we got to really create this great camaraderie and friendship. And I think we immediately had a lot of trust and comfortability between us. Um, I think we have great banter and jokes, and we just have a fun time together. I feel like our energies match very well. In real life, we're both definitely more introverted, but also like run on this high pace energy. So when you put the two of us in a room together, I feel like it just works very well and we have this common relatability with each other. Um, it was also so wonderful of him. He's done a lot more film work than I have, and he really was so kind to me and never like pretentious about that in any way, but was also there if I needed something or had a question and just really welcomed me with open arms and is so professional, but also has a great time on set. He's a wonderful guy to be around. It was a really good crew of people and Chris included and yeah, it was just a good group of people making this film and we had a good time.
So you have a Broadway background, right? Grew up
Hmm.
very young in the theater.
Yep.
This is your first big film. You made some short films and things like that, but this is your first
Yeah,
big uh, film. Uh,
totally.
talk to me about that experience. What was that experience like making a big film? How does it compare to your Broadway experience? And looking forward, is film an area that you'd like to swerve into, and what are some types of roles maybe that you'd be interested in playing looking into the future?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so I've been acting in theater since I was young. This is my first feature. I think for me, there was a lot of similarity and obviously a lot of difference as well. I think the acting component of it actually was the easiest transition or switch for me, just because I said this in an earlier interview, but like for me, I believe acting is acting. Like we're always just trying to tell that story, regardless of the scale that it's on. Like if you have a song, you can play it at a high volume or a low volume, and it's still the same song. So I didn't really struggle with like a transition from performing for thousands or performing in front of this camera. But the whole culture and environment of set is very different than Broadway. On Broadway, you do everything yourself. Basically, you do your own hair, you do your own makeup, you put on your own mic, like you're responsible for your cues. Like in film, you don't really have that like control over your body in a fun way. Like everyone's doing everything for you. You're getting your makeup done, you're getting your mic put on. People are bringing you to set, which was really fun. I felt so fancy, but it's also a little overwhelming to have all of that around. So I think the main struggle for me initially was just figuring out how to keep myself like feeling good and calm and grounded among that hustle and bustle. But I think I grew to really like that. Regarding what I want to do next, this film definitely made me be like, I need to make more movies. I just want to like make movies. Obviously, I love theater, and theater will always be a huge part of me and my first love. But yeah, I would love to do more camera work. I'd love to do like a psychological thriller. Just like I love stuff that is a little weird and a little provocative and makes people think and that I can really have fun with. So, yeah.
I'm curious, growing up, were there any influences film? I mean, you might have been more Broadway influenced, but in terms of film roles, film actors, actresses, anything that inspired you and made you want to go that direction, or was it more Broadway that made you want to go that direction?
I think growing up, I definitely was more involved in Broadway and more influenced by that. I think, weirdly, I really started having a love. I mean, I always loved film, but I just didn't have as much like exposure to it as I did Broadway, and I wasn't as involved in the world. I started watching a lot of films like consistently like a year ago, and I really fell in love with it. Or I guess 2 years ago now, because it was like a year before Lemonade. And yeah, I mean that definitely grew an appreciation for me. I mean, I would say probably my favorite movie is Little Miss Sunshine. I love like that quirky authenticity of that, which I feel like is seen a lot in Lemonade. I love darker movies too. I would love to work with like Darren Aronofsky and like, so there's definitely a lot of influences there, and I'm really finding a love for film currently, and that's only growing.
Awesome. So, the film's premiering world premiere this Thursday night at Tribeca
Yeah.
Film Festival. A huge festival. That's a good one to have your film world premiere. Talk to me. How much are you looking forward to this experience? Have you been to a film festival before?
Yeah,
And are you
no,
looking
this
forward
is
to being one of the stars on the red carpet and seeing your film?
Oh yeah. It's crazy. I'm certainly looking forward to it. I'm so excited. I feel like the wait for this has been so long because we found out like many months ago, and so there was this like lead up, and now it's finally here, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is crazy. It doesn't even feel real." Um it's funny. I went to college. I was in the acting program at Pace University in my freshman year, which is in New York, and my freshman year I went to Tribeca Festival and was like seeing screenings. And I was thinking to myself, and I was like, God, I want to be in this film festival so badly. Like that would be so cool. Like I saw people on the carpet, and I was like, I just feel like I want to be there someday. And now, a year after I graduated, I'm getting to be at Tribeca as one of the leads in a feature that I'm so proud of. And it just feels so right and cyclical and crazy. And I couldn't be more proud and excited and grateful.
When audiences see it on Thursday night, what do you hope is the big thing that they take away with them after they see it?
Yeah, I think I really just hope it opens this spot for discussion and conversation and reflection on our own lives and our upbringing and the all the little firsts that we had. I think it's so fun to watch teenagers in movies because it really brings people back to that. Obviously, I'm not that far from it, but I think it's fun for everyone to have that experience. And I hope it also is offering like this middle ground in a way. You're seeing these people at extremes. You're seeing someone who's completely rebelling against their parents and someone who's trying to live up to their parents and this religion in a very suppressive way and religion in a way that it's, harming people but also like helping people on any side. And I think that it's so cool that we can just think about all of those topics, but that there's no one answer in this movie. It's just offering this middle ground.
Well, it's an amazing film. I can't recommend it enough, people. Seek it out. If you're not at Tribeca, can't make it to Tribeca, keep an eye out on the film's website for future screenings at other festivals and then distribution down the road. You'll laugh a lot. It's a fantastic movie. It's called Lemonade Blessing, world premiere at Tribeca Film Festival, June 5th. There's three shows that are sold out. You have to get rush tickets. There's
Yeah.
still a chance. June 5th, June 6th, June 14th. And then as we're recording this, June 15th, Sunday morning, 11:15, there are still tickets available to purchase. You can go to tribecafilm.com for that.
Yeah.
Skye, thank you so much for chatting with us today on Cherry the Geek
Thanks so
TV.
much, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't have a crush, okay? I have a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Oh. She's a good girl. She's Catholic.
Say Jesus for me.
Hey, Dad, guess what?
Hey, buddy, what's up?
I have a girlfriend.
Hey, same here. High five.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Good for you.